Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Fever just wrapping up their second consecutive practice without Caitlin Clark. I'm Scott Agness of Fieldhousefiles.com. It was an interesting day to see this team refocus and readjust, considering all the different circumstances that they've been having to deal with over the first couple of weeks of this season. Now just 4 games in, they're 2 losses by a combined 3 points, and now they are without Caitlin Clark indefinitely, at least for the next couple of weeks at minimum, after she was diagnosed with a left quad strain. Now, we did see her at practice today. She was her usual self, ball in hand, of course, and getting shots up despite the injury. Now moving forward, though, it'll be Sydney Colson who gets the first crack in the starting lineup with Caitlin Clark being out, as they pick up game action coming up Wednesday at Washington. Remember, that game's in Baltimore. They had to move it due to renovations ongoing this summer at Capital One Arena, so it's in a much larger venue. Tickets already sold out. It'll be interesting, and this will be a good test, a good barometer with Caitlin being out. What kind of crowd does it look like? And also on top of that, what kind of TV ratings do you see now? But Sydney Colson, you'll see more from her. You'll see more from Sophie Cunningham as this team tries to get above 500 and get some momentum going into the first half of June, until you presume that Caitlin will be back by then. Otherwise, it's a big day here at the Fieldhouse as well, because of Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Tonight, Pacers-Knicks, as the Pacers try to get a stranglehold of the series after losing Game 3 despite a 20-point first-half lead. Now, after practice, we talked with Stephanie White. We talked with Sophie Cunningham about the last couple of days of practice and what they expect the team to look like without number 22. How much are you looking forward to just seeing what this new identity can look like, at least for the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a real opportunity to grow here. Playing with different lead guards, playing in different actions, seeing what all of our off-ball stuff can look like. It gives us a different pace too when we're in our quarter court. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to look at get a lot of different looks on both ends of the court.
A lot of coaches like problem solving. Obviously, you'd like to have your team play and tackle. There are elements of you being like, oh, this could be interesting to see what we can do it differently.
Yeah, for sure. And it's when I'm calling games and you look at injuries that happen, especially early in the season, it gives you opportunities to build confidence in your depth. It gives you opportunities to see what you can look like down the stretch, because when you're playing, in the end of the year and you're playing in the postseason, your rotations can be a little bit deeper, right? And you want players to have confidence in those moments to be able to step up and make the play or take the shot. So I think it gives us opportunity for growth. I also think it gives Caitlin opportunity for growth. Now she's going to see it on the sideline. She's going to be hearing us talk about it on the sideline from a coach's perspective. There's varying levels to how you see the game as a player in year 1, 2, and as a player in year 9, 10, and as a coach and assistant coach and all of those things. So it gives her an opportunity to see it from a different lens.
You mentioned using these 2 practices as trying to figure out your rotations, who's going to run the point. Have you kind of nailed that down yet?
Yeah, we're going to start sit at the point tomorrow. We're going to give that a look. Sophie's going to get a heavy dose of it as well. The other thing that we love is what Sophie and or Lexi, whichever one, brings us from the bench, and having that spark, having that punch. So we're gonna look at Sid in that starting lineup to start.
When you came back, so much of what you talked about was family. You got the boys out here. This is exactly what you were talking about, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a you don't ever really have a balance as a parent in this business. So you just got to find your flow. My kids are old enough right now, they can be great rebounders. We're working on being great passers. We got to continue to work on that. But yeah, opportunities to be around, and again, the life lessons that they learn being around these women. Right now, watching them do the extra work, right? Staying after practice, being here early before practice, being in the weight room before practice, listening to conversations. I mean, these are life lessons that my boys get to experience by seeing the best in the world do what they do, and there's no substitute for that experience from my parenting perspective.
You mentioned Sid in the offseason. You were excited about the fact that she could have a role for you guys now that it's way bigger. What are the caretaker responsibilities that you think will be the most important for her in that role?
Communication, number 1. She is an elite communicator. She is in every huddle that we have, whether she's on the floor or not. She sees things from that point guard position. Communication, number 1. Getting us into offense. It's going to look different without the ball in Caitlin's hands. So what are our looks? Who can we get our looks for? and then, you know, the ability to communicate that to everybody on the floor in live action. And that's the piece that we're still growing with. You know, we can't call a timeout every time to get a matchup or recognize a switch. And so she can help us with that on the floor, and she can set the tone for us on the defensive end.
Is Caitlin traveling?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't heard yet.
A bit of a ball handling role with this group when you played so far without Caitlin these couple weeks. Do you feel like that would be something they relied on for more, and how do you anticipate it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's the kind of cool thing about our team is we have a lot of depth. A lot of people can do a lot of things, and so when one person goes down, other people step up, and you'll see Sid Colson handling the ball a lot more and playing a lot more, which is awesome. What a great opportunity. And then when I'm out there, I'm sure I'll be handling the ball a little bit too.
How do you like kind of the ball handling duties, kind of going in between off ball and on ball?
You know, I keep it simple. I'm not real flashy or fancy with it. I just do my job. But like I said, when we play really good defense and we rebound the ball and then we're in transition, that's the best offense we can possibly play in. So if I'm handling the ball, that's the kind of offense I want to play in. But, you know, that's not always the case. And so I'm confident in it. I work on it. It's been, I need to get my rhythm back a little bit just from being injured and out and kind of getting my lungs underneath me again. And so it'll be good, but I like it. I don't mind it.
How do you anticipate the feel of games being different, given the structure is kind of built around her playing style?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it's a great opportunity for us. Clearly, we want her out there. I think she draws so much attention, and she's a phenomenal player. But at the same time, I think it's a great time for her to learn from the sidelines. It's a great opportunity for us to learn offense, right? Move the ball, pass, cut. We just can't stand and watch anymore. And so I think it's going to be good for us to actually get into our action, and then defensively for us to take another jump up a little bit and be more aggressive on the defensive end.
You should get your lungs back.
Yeah.
How long does that take you to feel like this right away? Feeling close now? Still need a lot of
Yeah, no, I do feel close. I've just been eating like a freaking cow lately, so I need to chill out on that. But otherwise, no, I really do feel good. It's funny because you feel so good going into training camp. You get injured in a preseason game, then you don't really do anything for 2 weeks. 2 days is hard on you, so imagine 2 weeks. But I really am feeling good. It sucks she's out now, but overall, I think our team's doing pretty well.
Your ankle bothering you at all anymore?
No. Only in heels.
Were you surprised you said you asked out like 2 minutes into the game?
Oh my gosh, I got so much heat from my family and friends for that, but like that was the first time I like really ran, and so it was a pretty quick-paced game for the first 3 minutes. I was like, hey, I'm a team first time person, so if I'm feeling I'm gonna ask out, but yeah, I got a lot of heat for asking out in 3 minutes.